This is me beating Bloodbath, but how did I get here? To answer that question, we're gonna have to go all the way back to November 4th, 2023. Okay, so as you can see, I'm jumping to Bloodbath. I was gonna do this when 2.2 came out, but 2.2 took too long. In the first couple of streams, I was making some progress near the end of the level, like a run of 80 to 100, but I just couldn't get past the first 15% and I ended up dropping Bloodbath 2 days later. And 2 weeks later, I picked it back up. At this point, I was starting to make some good progress, including runs like 54 to 89 and 71 to 100. I even got a run of 54 to 100 the day after I picked it back up. Yo, let's go, 54 to 100. That's pretty good. That's a pretty good run. The first 15% was still really inconsistent though, and I hated practicing it. Eventually, I got it kind of consistent, and an hour after I got 54 to 100, I got to Michigan for the first time. Yo, let's go, 30%. It's pretty good. My new goal at this point was to get past Michigan, which I managed to do a week later.
Oh my god!
Oh, that's actually progress! Oh! Now I wanted to get to crack. It took a while, but I started getting pretty consistent at the first 15%, and on December 1st, 2023, I got to crack for the first time. $47! Let's go! I told you I could do it in 13 hours. I told you I could do it in 13 hours. Getting to crack was cool, but the next day I got past crack and I got 54, and the very next day I got 42 to 100. Oh my god, bro!
Wait, did you have makeup on again?
Wait, did he pop off?
57. I just got 57. I got 57.
You got an extra 10%.
Let's go.
Let's go! Let's go, bro. 42 to 100. Did you beat Bloodbath? No. Yes, I beat Bloodbath. Things were going well, and on December 9th, I had one of the best playing sessions yet. I got past 54 about 6 times, and I also got to Etcher for the first time. Mike, bro. Oh my god. Oh my god! Oh my god! 79! After I got 79, progress slowed. I didn't get any new best runs to 100 or best from 0. A whole 17 days later, I was on a run, which also ended at 79. 1 month later, I got a new best, by 1%. My new best wasn't what was important though. With this stream, I broke through a barrier I was struggling to get past for a long time. In this stream, I got 80, 77, 75, 73, and 71. I was finally getting consistent and I felt that the end was near. At this point, I started noticing that some days I was super consistent and other days I wasn't. February 3rd was one of those consistent days, which is when I did this. No way. Oh my god, we did it! Bro, who called that? Who called that? No way. Let's go, bro. Let's go. Then, after exactly 100 days, 70 streams, and 48,376 attempts, it happened. Oh my god! 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 I just beat Bloodbath! I beat it! I beat it! Oh my god! I just beat it! I just beat it! I just beat it! I beat Bloodbath!
He is
Bro!
speechless.
Well, I did it. It took a long time, but I was having fun every step of the way. What I'm going to do now is explain each part of Bloodbath in detail and give it a rating out of 10. Whale's part's the first part of Bloodbath, and it starts off with this tight ship part. I personally found this ship part free, which is also how I feel about the straight fly right after. After you get past the straight fly, you get to one of the worst parts in the entire level, this ball part. This ball part basically requires you to spam and hope that you make it, and this is the main reason I dropped Bloodbath at the beginning of this journey. It gets consistent though, and after a while it becomes kind of free. Overall, I give Whale's part a 5 out of 10. Vermilion's part starts with the ship part, which is also part of the reason I dropped Bloodbath. This wasn't because the part was bad though, I just had a skill issue. I find that this part becomes consistent after a while and it's pretty fun. After you exit the ship part, you get to Vermilion's famous ball part. This part used to be considered one of the hardest parts of Bloodbath, which is kinda dumb because this part is free. Overall, I give Vermilion's part a 7 out of 10. Michigan's part is one of the hardest parts in Bloodbath due to these insane timings. Michigan starts off with 3 triple spikes, which aren't that hard if you're paying attention. However, after these triple spikes, you have to do this insane straight fly, which is probably the hardest part of Michigan. You then have to do some simple ball timings, then you get to this UFO. Everyone says this is the hardest part of the level, which I just don't understand. Sure, it's hard, but it's pretty consistent, and it's definitely not the hardest part of the level. After the UFO, you do 3 more free triples, then you get to Michigan's wave. This wave is like the opposite of the UFO. I think that this wave is pretty hard, but everybody else says it's free. Michigan's part as a whole is sometimes consistent and sometimes it's not. It really just depends on the day. Even though it's hard, Michigan's part's still really fun, which is why I'm giving it an 8 out of 10. Evasium's part is just the filler part between Michigan and Crack, but that's not to say I don't like it. Evasium starts off with an easy ship part that transitions into an easy wave part. You then transition into an easy UFO part, and you might be catching on to the pattern here. This part is easy. It's still pretty fun though, and perfectly fits the mood of the song. It also gives your eyes a break from the red, which is nice. Overall, I give Evasium's part a 6 out of 10. Crack. Crack's part is the hardest part of Bloodbath for me, with Michigan as a close second. In this part, you have to have some insane ship control, and one small mistake will cost you the run. Crack starts off with this swoop, which is easy enough. You then go upside down and do this tight straight fly. This right here is the hardest part of Crack, probably because you have to steady yourself out so soon after you switch gravity. You then go back to normal gravity and do this insane looking straight fly. This straight fly isn't actually that bad though, you just have to make sure you're aligned with the middle of the straight fly. You then do this goofy part, which isn't that hard if you know what you're doing. Once you exit the straight fly, you have to keep straight flying, but also move your ship down just a little bit or you'll end up dying to the spike. Once you get past this part, the rest of Crack isn't that hard with some fun little swoops you have to do. You then transition into a cube and do some tricky timings, which is the end of Crack. While Crack is the hardest part of Bloodbath for me, it's still made super well. The adrenaline rush you get after passing Crack is amazing, and it feels so satisfying to maneuver yourself through this super tight flying. 10 out of 10, you get a sticker. A-Sonic. This part sucks. It starts off with a decent UFO part, and the objective click pattern for this part is 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. If you ever meet someone who does anything else, then they're probably an undercover lizard person. Anyways, after you do that, there's some more UFO gameplay, which is when you get here. I hate this saw. It killed me at least 10 times with 0, and it pisses me off every time. If you're currently going for Bloodbath, here's a tip. Click a little bit after you hit this blue gravity portal instead of clicking right as you hit it, and this saw will become less of a problem. After you get past this UFO, you get to this terrible spam-based ball. This part is just knowing which orbs to hit and knowing how to spam. I really don't know what A-Sonic was thinking with this one, but after you pass the ball, you get to this auto part, which you can't mess up, right? Well, in this part, A-Sonic put an invisible slope here to prevent you from crashing into this wall. However, the slope is inverted, so the hitbox looks like this, so if you get unlucky and go anywhere near that slope, then you'll just die. I'm not usually one to criticize decoration, but this part looks so ugly, bro. My dog could do better than this. Overall, I'm giving A-Sonic a 2 out of 10. You do not get a sticker. I love this part. It looks amazing. It fits the mood of the song perfectly, and it's super fun to play. So, this part starts off with this UFO section, which is synced super well, and I also love how Etzer integrates his name into the gameplay. We then transition into a ship part, which has this fake route which kills you if you try to take it. Instead, you have to land in these ground spikes, which don't actually kill you because they are made out of these glow spikes. You then do some more tight flying until you get to this part. What you have to do here is hit each of these orbs and then do this insane straight fly. What makes this so hard though is the transition into the blue gravity portal. This transition is super hard and you have to stay in control so you can complete the straight fly. I died to the straight fly at least 5 times, but these sets didn't really hurt because I was getting super consistent at that point and I knew I'd get back there soon enough. 11 out of 10, you get 2 stickers. Although it's forgettable, Havoc's part is pretty fun. It starts off with a ball that's kind of spam based, but isn't that bad. You have to make sure not to hit this blue orb late though, because there's an invisible block here for no reason. You then transition into a UFO, and this part is pretty fun. It feels super satisfying to do, and it transitions into the freest wave part you will ever see in your life. Overall, Havoc's part is pretty fun. 7 out of 10. After Havoc's wave, you transition into one of the hardest parts of the level. Garon's part starts off with this yellow orb that you have to click late, and then a pink orb that you have to click even later. You then have to maintain control of your ship until you get past this straight fly. Overall, this part's been pretty fun, but this one duel section right here kind of ruins it. It's pretty easy, but after you click this blue orb, you have to release at the perfect time, which I found super inconsistent and annoying. Garon's part gets a 6 out of 10 for me. G-Boy's part is arguably the easiest part of Bloodbath, but the amount of nerves you get at this part when you're playing from zero makes it one of the hardest. This part perfectly fits the song though, and it also looks amazing. All the gameplay is pretty similar, so I'm not going to go through it, but I will say that when I died at 94, I hit the edge of this block, which screwed me up the ship part. I'm giving G-Boy's part a 9 out of 10. It's one jump. 10 out of 10. So, what's next? Well, I'm going to take a break from harder levels for a bit, and I'm going to start streaming Falling Up. Once school gets out for the summer, I'm going to start streaming Artificial Ascent, which I hope I have good progress on by the end of the summer. Thank you all for supporting me on this journey, and I hope to see you all in my future streams as well. Thank you for watching.